My afternoon today includes 2 sites to visit, and this is one of them. And it's the Tsar Liberator, Emperor Alexander II, the great and good friend to President Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, and the United States of America. It is an unknown history that this man should be credited with President Lincoln for not only saving the American Union, but freeing its enslaved people. The black slaves, American slaves. In 1863, President Abraham Lincoln was encircled by internal and external enemies. Those enemies included France and Great Britain. He called upon his friend, the Liberator, Emperor Alexander II, to help him. Emperor Alexander II sent his partial fleets to the harbors of New York and San Francisco to come to the aid of his friend. And the presence of those fleets deterred foreign intervention. Had Great Britain and France and other nations joined the side of the Confederacy, we would not recognize the country, meaning the United States, as we know it today. A world war would have erupted, world war, if it was not for the loyalty and friendship of this remarkable man. He is a hero of mine, next to his great and good friend, Abraham Lincoln. And if I brought my my mountain scale equipment that I do not own, I would sort of throw it up there and climb up there and give him a big old hug. He is magnificent. Look at him. I'm going to walk up the stairs a little bit. It is said that during the time of the American Civil War, Cassius Clay was the United States ambassador to the Emperor's court. Cassius had inherited his father's Kentucky plantation when his father passed. This is Cassius Clay. And as soon as he inherited, he freed all of his slaves and paid them. He was an ardent abolitionist. Hence, he was sent to the court of Alexander II to convince the emperor to support the Union. Cassius Clay is what they would call a badass in history. Excuse my French, Your Majesty, but he was. And it was said even Emperor Alexander II quivered when Cassius came into the throne room. Actually, Emperor Alexander II, though he looks mighty, and he was mighty, he had a soft heart. The simple, beautiful things moved him, like love, poetry, beauty, nature, the beauty of nature. He had a beautiful Russian soul, and I believe that Russian soul and the heart and soul of Lincoln is what united these two men. I'm going to take a quick panoramic view, and I'll show you the other reason why I came to this location today. Hold your breath. Wow. Christ the Savior Cathedral. The Liberator is looking at Christ the Savior Cathedral. This is a reconstruction. The Bolsheviks had destroyed the original. It has since newly been rebuilt thanks to the efforts of President Putin, and I don't foresee it going anywhere. It will stand majestic for a long time, long after we're gone, as well as the Liberator. Eternal memory, gentle warrior. There should be a statue erected of him in Washington, D.C., or maybe Appomattox, or perhaps the entrance to the harbor in New York City and in San Francisco. We owe this man much. And the historian Webster Tarpley called it a debt of honor, and I don't think the United States has yet to repay that debt. Maybe it's time. I don't think the emperor is asking for much. Not even a statue, but maybe some understanding for his beloved nation. I'm going to head into the cathedral now and pay my respects in there. I don't think I can get video in there, but look at him. Look at him. Eternal memory. My hero.